18 it's doing, but
It's cloudy today, but it should clear up hopefully.
Bathrooms are in the front.
Do you see the time? Is it sparkling? Huh?
ist glaube ich noch nicht. Ist glaube ich nicht.
The 1800s. The only other mountain climbing railway in the United States is out at Pikes Peak, Colorado. And I know there's one in Germany, Switzerland, and was it Greece that I could find. I could Google it. So they're like legit mountain climbing railways. I know there's other smaller ones. I know there's one like Budapest and stuff like that. But those ones. But just for all historical purposes, it was all invented here. And I do get in a lot more of that as we're going up the mountain. We got more people coming. Yeah, so as we're going up the mountain, give you guys a history of the COG Railway, a history of the White Mountains, and I'll point out any scenic opportunities for you folks. But it does look like it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be weather-wise. It's like everything is moving out. The rain is gone. Hold on. Welcome aboard, folks. Good morning, good morning. Happy Saturday.
Yes.
Yay, finally.
Morning.
Safety of the train. So going up the mountain, I have to ride out here. I have to be the eyes of the engineer going up the mountain because he's back there. He can't see everything up close. His field of vision is a little further up. So I've got to watch the tracks and make sure everything is kosher and everything's together. I also have to guide us through a series of switches. These switches move us onto a passing loop. This is one of them right here. So you'll see me giving him hand signals. That's just to let him know that everything is, clean to go, that the rails are lined up, the rack is lined up, everything's locked, and we can proceed. But again, as I said, as we're going up, I'll give you guys a history of the COG Railway, etc. And then, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. Once we're underway,
MW9 at leading up the line.
making our way up that incline right there, we're out of the station. It's okay to roll about the coach if you want to take pictures. You can come forward up here and shoot outside, but I can't let you out on the platform for safety reasons unless we're at a complete stop, like if we're waiting for something. So just be aware of that and don't block other people's views. Take a couple of shots and then move back to your seats or wherever you want to stand. Then just wait for the tour, we can go. Almost looks like waves rolling in when the waves are doing that too, the thermals. The winds are light too, it should be good. And the rain's not coming back till later on this afternoon, so that's all well and due. To get the difference in size between the biodiesels that we're using today, there's a huge difference in size and what those engines can do. But that same little locomotive would push the same coaches up the mountain as this and bring them back down. So they some, equivalent power to do that. Officially underway. Now, the river we're crossing over right here. Now, this is the Ammonoosuc River. The head of the river is up at the top of the Ammonoosuc Ravine. That is up here to our right, up in between Mount Monroe, which is that high peak you see up there to our right, and Mount Washington. That's where the head of the river is, but for here it flows out into Bath, New Hampshire. That's about 38 miles away. There it connects with the Connecticut River, and then it flows down into Long Island Sound. So that little river right there does turn into a major river eventually when it reaches the Connecticut. And if you're not familiar with the Connecticut River, it's the natural border between Vermont and New Hampshire, and it's a good sized waterway. hotel that was built up in the summit back in the 1850s. So that's still standing, so you can see period, the only way you can get up to the summit was you can hike, you can go by horseback, or you can take the stagecoach up, what's now known as the Mount Washington Auto Road. And Sylvester wanted a mechanical way so that it would be safer, quicker, and more reliable. He wanted it on this side of the valley. So he came up with this whole ideology around the mountain climbing train utilizing the COG concept. And he met with the New Hampshire legislature seeking permission to build a railway going up to the summit of Mount Washington. Well, they were really skeptical about this engagement, and it took them about 10 years before they finally granted them permission. And along the way, they nicknamed the project the Railway to the Moon. They felt that getting a train up to the summit of Mount Washington was about as crazy as getting a train up to the moon. So Mr. Marsh got impatient with them taking so long. He met with the legislature again, and this time he offered to throw in $5,000 of his own money for startup. Then he also offered to build another hotel at the summit once the railway was done. Well, legislation, that's all they needed to seal the deal. So they let construction start in 1866, and it was finished in 1869. So it took 3 years to build this railway, and it cost them about $130,000 back then. July 3rd, 1869 was our maiden voyage, and Ulysses S. Grant was one of our very first riders. So we just had a major birthday then back in July, making us now 148 years old. 148 years the railway has been here. We've gone through many changes, and we've embraced and implemented many new technologies. And some of the newest and most relevant is first the locomotive style we use. Now the train we're on today, this is a biodiesel locomotive, but the first ones we used were wooden steam powered, like the pepper sass that I was talking about earlier. Then around 1910, we converted over to coal and steam, and in 2008, we introduced the very first mountain climbing biodiesel locomotive, which we also invented right here. So what these biodiesels are all about is, first, the fuel we're using is 80% diesel fuel, 20% triolated grease. And that triolated grease is collected from local area restaurants from a company called White Mountain Biodiesel. They do the blend, and we get a much greener product for our trains. So the big reasons for switching over to biodiesels is, number one, these are a much greener footprint for the environment over the coal and steam. Secondly, are economical reasons. These trains will only use about 16 gallons of fuel round trip. That's about 10 gallons up and 6 gallons down. Versus the coal and steam locomotives, they require 1,000 gallons of water and a ton of coal to do the same trip. And then these trains are quicker. The biodiesels will do the trip in about 45 minutes. The coal and steam locomotives do take about an hour. Now we still do run the coal and steam locomotives. We run those first train of the day. In fact, that's one making its way up the mountain, and you can see the black smoke coming out of it. Now the rest of the day we are running the biodiesels, except for today there's actually going to be another steam train at 3 o'clock. We're experimenting with seeing if we can actually run another one later in the day and not impact our schedule too much. Another major technology that we've designed and developed and implemented here is the whole track switching process. I mentioned down to the station that I got to guide the engineer through a series of switches. That's what I'm referring to right now. What these switches do is enable us to maintain a single track network going up the mountain. We've got a mile-long passing loop checker up there is gonna have to scan your tickets again. So he's gonna know how many people to expect, or he'll know how many people came up on this train, how many we've let on, and how many we're waiting for. Out on the passing route, but I mentioned now, because we're the first train going up, we won't be seeing any trains going down the mountain, but when you guys are coming down, you will see a couple trains coming through here. So up in front of us now, this is the Wombat water tank. This tank is still used today by our steam locomotives. They have to stop here and fill up their water tank. You just have to throw some caution, you guys. If you're on the left-hand side of the coach, we're going to come about 6 inches away from the tank. So please refrain from hanging out the window to take pictures, or you could get clipped. We don't want to make this a short trip today, so you'll see how close we come to this as we come close to the junction boxes here. So the steam locomotive, they have to stop right here and fill up their water tank. So they grab this black hose and pull that cable to fill up their tank. Their water tank, they need 1,000 gallons of water to make their trip up the mountain, and their water tank only holds 800. And they boil a couple hundred gallons of water just coming up Cold Spring. So they're going to stop and refill up their tank to make the rest of their journey. Now, we were just strictly running the steam locomotives. We had 4 water tanks set up like that on the mountain to accommodate simply when the trains would need water. But now, since we only run it once a day, that spot right there is sufficient. So as we travel on the same track, we do have to have caution as we pass that tank. That tank's about 150 years old. It holds 6,000 gallons of water. And the water source of that is a spring further up the mountain. We've got a water line that comes off the top of that, runs under the tracks, up into the woods, connects with that stream, and just gravity keeps that tank full all the time. Up to your right, That's the top of the Imminent Ravine. You can see that's Mount Monroe, the cloud cover on it. You see that building up there? That's right next to the head of the Imminent River. That building is called the Lake Above the Clouds Hut. That is on the Appalachian Trail, and that's sponsored and maintained by the Appalachian Mountain Club. Basically what they do is they provide meals and lodging for hikers when they're hiking with the trail network up here. They have numerous buildings like that along the Appalachian Trail just to support the hiking community. Now we're back on the main line and we got the full speed, make our way up to the summit. Coming up on our right, you're going to see this building that's called the Halfway House. The building today is only used as an unmanned weather station and for storage, but it does mark a halfway point of the trip as far as distance, but not time. Now, the site of the building had a much larger role in the earlier years of the railway. First, because it's halfway point, they used it to store the backup firewood for when we had the wooden steam power locomotives. Then once the structure was put up here, they also used it to store blankets. But the original coaches for the trains weren't closed in or heated like they are today. So it's a lot cooler ride. So they'd have to stop here and get blankets for the guests making their way up to the hotels back then. And then later it was used as a bid station. where one train would leave the hotels at the summit, at the same time another train would leave Marshfield Station, and they'd meet right here, exchange their guests, and then go back to their source starting point. Now, for illustration purposes of the grade or the incline they were climbing the mountain at, there's a large picture window in this building. On the side of the building that faces the right-hand side of the train, and there's a sign under the window that says the building is perfectly level. So you're going to see our reflection in that window, so you'll get an idea of the grade that we're traveling at. So if you start to look right now, you're going to see our reflection right there. Okay, now because we have a mountain climbing train, our average grade or incline going up the mountain is 25%. And there's some instances where that grade is considerably steeper. For example, Jacob's Ladder, which will be coming up to soon, that has a grade of 37.441. Cold Spring Hill, that we went up earlier at the beginning of the trip, that has a grade of 34. And then Long Trestle, even further up, that has a grade of 32. Jacob's Ladder, we're going to be getting one right now. This is a 300-foot trestle bridge. Now, usually you get a much nicer shot of the top of the elusive ravine from here. See what the clouds are doing as we climb a little more. The clouds are right at the ridgeline. You can start to make it out. You can see Mount Monroe, and you can start to see the lake above the clouds. I'm going to show you guys something interesting. If you want to try this, try standing up in the aisle. I'm standing up straight right here. Because of the incline we're at, get in the aisle and try it if you want. This row of seats right now is 13 feet in the air higher than the back row of seats in the coach, so we're climbing at about like this. So go ahead, get in the aisle if you want to try that.
Big one out.
It's like defying gravity.
Last year I had a guy up in this front seat right here, and it was his birthday. He was turning 90 years old. So he got a big kick out of doing this, and he was flying like Superman just to impress the crowd. And then everyone in the coach did sing happy birthday to him. As we continue our climb up the mountain, this is Birch Ravine on our left. The ravine is in between Mount Clay and Mount Washington. Mount Clay is the first mountain in the northern presidentials, which is up on our left. You can see the peak going through the clouds up there. But if you continue looking out to the left, all the way to the horizon, that's northern Vermont out there. It's tough to see with the clouds, but the center of the view right here, that's all Jefferson, New Hampshire area. You can actually see Route 2 that goes into the town of Jefferson. To the right of that is the Longbeck and Starkeep Mountain Range. To your left, you see Jefferson Field. You're going to see Cherry Mountain Lake and then the Cherry Mountain Range. So if you're climbing more, you get a better look at what this ravine is.
Am I leading? Yeah. Yeah. You're not afraid of the camera? Yeah.
This is it. Also, looking up on your right, you're going to see Frog Rock. Now, this is in our brochures. This is used as a marker for the steam locomotives for applying brakes. But on this point, it just got repainted. I've been off the past 2 days, and that wasn't painted when I left. This is Long Trestle we're getting on right now. This is another one of our trestle bridges. Now what's interesting and unusual about this bridge, this was totally destroyed back in 1938. The cause of that was structured as a storm that's been labeled the Hurricane of 38. If you've never heard of the Hurricane of 38, it's been ranked and classified in the top 10 most destructive hurricanes in history. It was a major coastal hurricane for New England. It did extensive damage to Connecticut, Rhode Island, Cape Cod, and so forth. But what's unusual is that it came this far inland at this elevation. We are now at 5,000 feet above sea level. And due to the unique weather patterns and circumstances up here, this hurricane got refueled and did extensive damage to the White Mountain area. It was just part of the stories of Mount Washington having the most extreme weather in the world that situations like this develop. Now, other examples of this is the highest wind speed ever recorded by man was up here. That was 231 miles an hour back in 1934. The warmest temperature ever recorded up here was only 70.42 Fahrenheit. Coldest was a negative 48, and that had a wind chill factor of a negative 108. But just more recently in May, actually on Mother's Day, which is typically an extremely busy day for us, we had a snowstorm up here that dropped 3 feet of snow that limited our access getting up to the summit. In fact, it's a record-breaking snowstorm too for Mount Washington for the month of May. It's the largest snowfall accumulation in recorded history during the month of May for Mount Washington. So the records still keep getting broken. All these weather conditions exist and happen due to the result of 3 major weather fronts converge up here that are the relationship between the height of these mountains with the ranges and valleys. Now, if you're interested in the weather situation up here, up at the Sherman Adams building on the lower level, there is a weather museum that is sponsored by the National Weather Service. Now, unfortunately, they are now charging $2 to go to the museum. It used to be free. But if you're interested in weather situation, it's definitely worth your while. So 5,000 feet was the timberline from Mount Washington, which we passed, as I mentioned earlier, so you'll notice there's no more trees up here. The bushes you see on here, these are a scrub pine. This is as big as I'll ever get, and they grow well in the short growing season up here. The grass you're seeing on this is a sage grass. They also classify it as an alpine grass because we're in the alpine zone. The rock you're seeing out here is predominantly granite. Now with that granite, you're going to see a white or a silver sparkle. It's more apparent when the sun hits it. Now that's mica. And that's actually how the White Mountains got their name, through the excessive amount of mica that's in the granite and the white or silver sparkle it gives off. It's not because of the snowfall, but most people think. That green growth you see on the granite, that is not a moss, but it's an actual plant or an algae called lichen. Look out to your left. First of all, I know they're in the clouds right now. Hopefully we'll get a clearer shot as we make our way in our climb. But those are the northern presidentials right there. The closest one to us would be Mount place them on the trails because they're always in sight of these when they're hiking on the trail network up here. So these are navigational aids for the hikers so that they don't minimize the chances of getting lost when the weather's bad. You know, like the clouds are right now. And they have a color-coded rock in there that coordinates with the trail they're on. Directly to our left, that is the Great Gulf Ravine. I know it's difficult to see the clouds here, but get the concept of how that drops off over there. That's a much steeper ravine than the Earth ravine that I told you I was coming up about.
Yeah.
Excuse me, can we go up and down the same?
Same track, yeah. Yeah, the train just goes back. Down. This little seats. This is where the train's pushing us up the mountain. I got a question about, is this the same tracks we go in here? This is the one track network we have. So we go up the mountain, then locomotive pushes us up the mountain, go down the mountain, we follow the locomotive going down, so it actually pulls us down the mountain. So it is the same track, so hopefully the clouds are lifted, the view will get better. Now you can see the cans right next to, that's the Appalachian Trail we're running right next to right now. This segment of the trail right here is called the Gulf Side, because it is at the top of the Great Gulf Ravine. The Appalachian Trail runs from Mount Pecan in Maine all the way down to Georgia, and it is the longest hiking trail in the Appalachian Mountain Network, and it's made up of numerous segments. And so it's called the Gulf Side. It's not the pathway to our immediate right, that's just one of our service roads. It's where the cans are right further over to our left. I just thought was what wildlife I ever seen. Well, up here, when you get this far up, you don't see much because of the terrain. There's no shelter for the animals up here, nor is there minimal food. You'll just see birds flying around hunting for chipmunks, squirrels, any four-legged smaller animals. But further down, where apparent on the access road, you'll see bear, moose, and deer. But once you get up to where the tracks are, the trains make too much noise and the animals basically hide in the woods all day. The only time we'll see any evidence of them is like during the fall when the ground starts to get white from the snow. We'll see their tracks early in the morning crossing over their tracks crossing over our tracks. Other than that, we don't get to see much. Except Bigfoot once in a while, that's about it. We're about 10 minutes away from the train depot, so usually we can see the building from here and I can point it out, but it's in the clouds right now. But the name of the building now is the Sherman Summit Building. And it's on the site of the original hotel that Sylvester Marsh did build after the railway was built, called the Summer House. The original Summer House, they burned down around 1920. This particular building wasn't built until 1980. And it's once governor of New Hampshire. He was also Dwight Eisenhower's chief of staff when he was president. He pushed for the construction of the building so they're rededicated and named it after him. Now this building, what you can expect up here is the roof of the building is a large outdoor observation deck. You're more than welcome to go up on it today and see what it's like. I don't think the view will be so good with these clouds unless this moves through. Again, this is the Appalachian Trail we're crossing over right here. See all the cans right there. But the main level of the building, that's an indoor observation area. It's all glassed in. It's outfitted with plenty of tables and chairs if you do want to sit down. On that level, you're also going to find restrooms, post office is there, Appalachian Mountain Club has a desk there, there's going to be a gift shop, cafeteria. Then along the walls on that level, there's all kinds of pictures and information about the history of the development of the area. If you go down one level, that is where the weather museum is that I mentioned earlier, and there is a gift shop that coordinates with that. Directly outside behind the building, that's where the Tip Top House is. That's the original hotel that was built in the 1850s. You definitely check that out and see what the dining lodging was like back then. There's also another large monument that looks like a large cairn. Now, this monument indicates that you're at the summit of Mount Washington. There is a plaque on that explaining that you're at an elevation of 6,288 feet. A lot of people like to have their pictures taken that there's just a proof that they were actually up there. There's another building in the parking area that it's a sign on it saying it's sponsored by the Stagecoach line, which it was originally when we had stagecoaches coming up here. Now it's used by the Mount Washington Automobile Van Service. That's actually a museum and a gift shop also. You'll recognize the building where they have chains holding the roof down. Okay, I just to remind you folks, as we're almost here, that you're going to be up here for an hour and you'll be taking a different train down. It's going to be a different color, a different break, a different engineer. There will be announcements in the building announcing the trains for you folks. You came up on the A train, so please listen for that. There will be ticket checkers to make sure you get on the right train. Also, any tips and opportunities that you'd like to leave me in recognition for a job well done, that's certainly appreciated but not expected. Anything I do receive, I do split with Andy. Again, he is our engineer. Again, just remind you that you will be up here for an hour. Announcing our arrival on the train depot. So I'm going to put the mic down for a bit. I'm going to guide us through one more switch, guide us up the hill into the station. Once we arrive, I'm going to jump off, guide us into the loading area, set up the loading platform, and I'll jump right back up, let you folks know it's safe to get off the train, and I'll be out here on the other side of the platform in case anyone needs assistance getting off. Just give me a couple of minutes, I'll be right back.
I reckon. Stop.
Hey folks, we're all set. It's a lot warmer up here than I thought. That's what those guys are just teasing me. You don't need that coat. It's warm up here. Okay, folks, we're all set. Entrance to the building is right there. Zip clock post is right behind, as I mentioned. The other monument is right past the building. In 1 hour, another train will be here to pick you up.
Thank you.
Watch yourself.
So we on top of the mountain. 3,000 feet?
6,000.
Oh, 6,000. Wow. This is like airplane height. Yeah. You got all what?
Must be camping.
Did you write those?
First aid. Got food? Museum downstairs. Video. Observatory deck. So you can see the fog. Oh, look. Damn, I wish it wasn't so foggy. Maybe. We got some views coming up though.
Yeah.
But are we? It's like, oh look, over there clouds. Oh look, more clouds.
We're in a cloud.
Wow. This sucks. This is what I didn't want. And it was gonna be like this all weekend. It's definitely a lot cooler up here. I guess they get it. See people over there. Oh, they all hikers too. let's hike from here to there. Yeah, why not? Wait till them.
Until they clear out.
Yeah, we'll wait till they clear out. We'll go around. We'll be back for that.
If we finally made it to the top.
Like, yeah, this is the most. You know how they have the most southern point? This is the probably the most
Well, it's the top, yeah.
top of actual like rock they could get on. Oh, the steam train stood there. Yeah, it's like a parking lot. To the coast building. Oh, okay. What was in there again?
It's a museum. We can check it out.
Oh, I thought the museum was down there.
That's the weather museum.
Oh. So this is
Nobody smiles in a group of 27.
Thank you.
Right there.
Oh, this is they were saying it has a. Yeah.
No drinks, no backpacks. I guess like bigger backpacks.
Oh yeah.
We can just walk in.
Yeah.
So this is the old hotel.
Hotel.
Like it used to be a hotel here.
Oh. Wow. You want to cook something?
Yeah.
Alright, let's make something. What do you want to make? Get the coal going. It's a lot of old stuff here.
Sarah, look here.
Cool.
1915, they had a fire. Everything but the
Battery done?
which is kind of interesting.
Mm.
No, did you look inside? Did you look on Nancy or on the trail?
That's the bed. This is like a hostas.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Got the top bunk. It's funny. Sleeps what, 1?
Oh, there's 3.
Yeah.
3, 6, 9, 12.
12 people.
Well, it's just the when I stop, stop. Thanks.
The stairs to nowhere. Spooky looking.
I know, and you hear the voices.
This is like a signal tower. Oh wow. Does it really feel like it? The ox, cause she, remember you were saying how she said you feel like out of breath, you heard her? Does it really feel like that? Like,
If you start exerting yourself, yeah, like your big walk.
it's just like, if this was where we at, it'll have like warning signs, do not pass. It'll have like a thing fenced off there. But here's like, alright, you guys are those, you don't need warnings. Get it come this close? It looked like they was gonna start a project. It's like, alright, we're done. We'll just leave this here.
Yeah.
I wish it was better viewing. This vlog is gonna be like a foggy vlog. Not even a vlog, I'm not really talking. Authorized personnel only? Okay. Makes sense. Live free or die.
Supposedly, it can make the horizontal rain and snow kind of slow down enough to fall into the canyon. So we go out every 6 hours to collect rain and snowfall. And this can be one of the more dangerous jobs because it's so exposed. So we will often kind of trace a path around the Sherman Adams building and along these rocks to get to the closest point where we can just come out in 80 to 100 mile per hour winds and zero visibility, this can be quite a difficult task.
And would you stick a tape measure in there?
Well, we'll bring it inside, yeah, and then what we'll be doing is then doing taking a couple different measurements inside the can, inside the building. We'll also melt it down to get a liquid equivalent as well. But sometimes we do come outside in the summer and have to clean the trash out of it. It does look like a mess. It does look like a glorified trash can. But it's not. It's a scientific instrument. Yeah. So check out Tip Top House now. This is the oldest building still standing.
Or something?
As a hotel.
Falling.
The train that's coming up, are people gonna get off?
Yep.
Okay, I'll get off. I just wanted bed with you.
You're good.
Wanted to be like a goat. Mountain goat. Plus, I don't like standing on the rocks with these shoes. Even though I walked all over them.
Alright, man, I'm gonna have to execute and get down. Hi, Vic!
Blue train.
It's been trying for the last like hour.
So it's more crowded.
I ain't moving. You gotta push me out of the way.
Is that so? Is that a challenge?
That's a challenge. Challenging balls.
Challenge is up there, right?
Just gonna send it.
All right, folks, right now it's 10:05. At 11:05, you have your line right up here where we're crossing the line. Okay, so again, make sure you bring your tickets and all your personal items with you. Thank you. Very simple. You're welcome. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Enjoy your summer job.
I will. Just watch your stuff coming out. Thank you. You're welcome. Enjoy your stay here. Thanks for the seats. All right, you're all set, folks.
Thank you. You want to get the windows?
Doesn't matter.
So once we get underway, we just ask that you stay out of the aisleway. In case we had to stop in a hurry, I wouldn't want you to come flying up to the front.
See the car? And they park there.
So my name is Vic. I'll be your brakeman on the way down. Our engineer is Joe. So So is anyone interested in breaking the record going down? How come you didn't ask what the record is first? Doesn't it seem like a logical question to ask? Yeah, the record's 2 minutes and 45 seconds. Okay, does that change your mind?
What speed?
It's a little over 60 miles per hour. Yeah, but it wasn't in a train. Yeah. So, back in the early days, you used to have a hotel up there, and at the end of the day, the workers would get on these little boards called slide boards, or nicknamed devil shingles, and they would slide to the bottom on the center rack. Yeah. Going that speed, 60 miles an hour, there were numerous injuries, there were some fatalities. They banned it in the early 1900s, but it wasn't until the 1920s when they replaced the center rack and the design changed that they could no longer use those slide boards. And that's when it actually ended. So we're not going to break any records. But when you get down to the bottom, if you want to go to our museum, it's on the second floor of the base station. We have 2 of them on display. One of them you can sit on and get your picture taken. It's got a picture of the track behind you. It's a clear day up there. That doesn't happen very often. result of Hurricane Irene that came up through the Connecticut River Valley a few years back. The guys who were working here that day said the water was coming right off the top of that ridge, like a waterfall, shooting straight out. Came right over the mountains. It actually came through it. Yeah. If you haven't had a chance to walk through the Mount Washington Hotel, you don't have to be a guest there. They do have restaurants in there, they have gift shop and stuff. And there's parking to the left of the building as you go in. So you can walk through, take a look at it. If you wouldn't mind having a seat until I get off, please. have that ticket.
This is when the platform invention.
Couldn't find it. I couldn't find it.
No problem. Hi there.
Nice.
We'll have her eyes open. 11:30 train's gonna be very full. We're around to have a snack. The 12:30 train is 12:20.
Right now, we do sell walk-ups as they come, but
Okay, well, I mean, we have more space. Yeah, I'm gonna run to it.
Want to see it? You want to see that?
It sounds good. We just didn't know how long it would take to get out here earlier.
She's getting a ticket.
All right, yeah, no worries. How was your trip?
Not bad. It was. As soon as we was ready to leave, that's when the fog started clear. So we'll probably do the auto road.
It's usually a typical day up there.
Plus 3 different angles.
Doesn't go very
What do you think?
close up here.
Not a good
Good picture though. I see why you don't like it.
Yeah, no thanks.
All right.
Yeah, no worries.
What's the best way to get to the auto road?
I'm sorry?
What's the best way to get to the auto road?
So that thing shows.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah,
All right.
no worries.
All right. What up? That's what they were talking about. That's the way down. Road down there. Yeah. That's actually the lookup point we was at.
Yeah.
Because I saw cars coming up.
You can try to take a deep breath in it. It's not as much.
they look? This is what you saw?
Yeah. Somewhat.
They're pretty.
Yeah,
Now the clouds come back. Wow. It's one little portal.
This side, come in. This side.
When me and Mom were here the other day.
Incidentally, later became the principal route of the COG Railroad. It's not that the weather can change quickly here, it's that the mountain seems to generate its own climate and environment. Sure, it basically tracks with the four seasons the rest of us know. It's just over a lot.
Hard work today to keep warm. The wind and cold penetrate every cranny. Enormous drifts of snow have formed about the building, and as fast as the passage is cut out and the windows cleared,